Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them to bat some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance and my name a call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every busy and every patient. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them to bat some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance and my name a call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every busy and every patient. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Cale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo, a champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them for bat some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come and dance in my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every Vinci and every Bajan. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them for bat some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come and dance in my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every Vinci and every Bajan. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. ball. We love soca and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance in a my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every yard man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bayesian. Champion, champion, every trainee and every yard man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gail is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them to bat some ball. We love soca and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance in a my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every yard man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bayesian. Champion, champion, every trainee and every yard man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gayle is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gayle is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them to bat some ball. We love soca and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance in a my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every yard man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bayesian. Champion, champion, every trainee and every champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them for bad some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come and dance in my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bajan. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Cale is a champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Champion, me a real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them for bad some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come and dance in my name we call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bajan. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Pollard is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it, Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris Gale is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows Chris Gale is a champion. Champion, we are real champion. Champion, we are real champion. Champion, we are real champion. Don't vex if your name not call. We have to leave them to bat some ball. We love soccer and dancehall. We love cricket and football. Come a dance and my name is call. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, every busy and every Bayesian. Champion, champion, every trainee and every young man. Champion, champion, Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Folland is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gale is a champion. Don't forget Michael Jordan, Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly and a champion, 958 Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo a champion. Champion, 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 champion.
बटन दबा के देखो।
Good evening and heartiest welcome to Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji, Shri Raghupati Singhania ji, Shri Harshpati Singhania ji, Shri Vikrampati Singhania ji, Shri Anshuman Singhania ji, and Shri Vat Singhania ji, senior executives, Shri Dwarkanath ji, UDAAN participants, HR teams, and all the viewers who are connected with us through live webcast for this event. We are honored by your presence. I request Shri Chirag Shukla to present saplings to Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji and to welcome him. I request Shri Shiva Kumar to present saplings to Shri Raghupati Singhania ji and to welcome him. I request Shri Suresh Kumar S to present saplings to Shri Harshpati Singhania ji and to welcome him. I request Ms. Tanya Singh to present saplings to Shri Harshpati Singhania ji and to welcome him. Vikrampati Singhania ji. I request Shri Ranjit J to present saplings to Shri Anshuman Singhania ji and to welcome him. I request Shri Minu Singh to present saplings to Shri Vat Singhania ji and to welcome him. I request Shri Prem Singh ji to address our guests and participants.
Good evening. If I were to ask the question, how is the Josh? I think I would get an answer, it's not very high. But why is that not so? Because result is just going to be announced, isn't it? So I think let's keep our Josh high because it's a very momentous occasion, something that we have been looking forward to. All our participants have been looking forward to. So good evening to all of you, those who have joined in person and those who are joining virtually throughout the country from various parts of the country, and I guess some of the people might have been also trying to look forward to the result even from Mexico. That's what I'm told. So to all of them, namaskar, namaskar, kemo nache, kem cho, sat sri akal, vanakkam. I hope I have covered everyone. I think I need to learn that language now. So first things first, ladies and gentlemen, there is a great news that we need to share all of us about. And this great news comes from the city of Mumbai. Yesterday, there have been 2 awards that we have got. So one of the awards is for Srimati Vinitaji Singhania for leading a business in a category which is called as leader who is a woman and who has been leading the business very, very successfully. That award has been conferred on to Srimati Vinitaji Singhania. So can we have a big one for Madam? Second award is for the entire group, JKO organization, for the sound principles of governance. They call it as good governance. That award has been conferred upon the entire group. For that, all of us should clap for all of us. So talking about the UDAAN, the theme this year, yeah, there are some seats here. I think there are enough. Please do join. So talking about the UDAAN competition this year, the theme has been driving customer value through digital. I will just talk about some of the data points which will signify the importance of digital. According to one research, the spending on digital transformation, and this is by a very reputed firm called IDC, International Data Corporation, by 2023, that is just next 1 year, the total spend on digital transformation is likely to be about $2.3 trillion. That's the volume of money that is going into digital. Another research says that it is not only about the operational efficiencies that the digital transformation is being utilized by the organizations, it is also for customer experience, it is also for innovation, and it is also for driving a positive change in the culture. So look at the span, look at the scope of digital. Therefore, digital is not about hardware and software. It's not about bits and bytes. It's not about computers and connectivity. It's far bigger. It's much more comprehensive. And therefore, that's the reason we have chosen this theme. And as we took a policy call about 2 years ago, that a particular theme that we choose will be run for UDAAN competition for 2 years. So this is the first year we are running with this theme. Next year also, UDAAN will be run on the same theme, so that there is continuation, there is consistency, and we go deep enough in making sure that a particular concept is really driven to a logical conclusion. And by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if my business HR heads colleagues would come up and tell me, sir, digital is still very, very relevant. We must continue it for 3rd year. But I'm just making it guess and just leaving it there. Talking about the competition, so this year we had 162 teams. We had 645 participants all across our businesses, units, all throughout the country. And from there, we picked up total 15 teams who took part in the competition yesterday. These 15 teams have come from all over the country, from across businesses, and these 15 teams made a presentation to a jury comprising of very eminent people. And let me just give a brief introduction, brief outline about them. One of the jury members is somebody who has been a CEO, a chairman, a business leader himself. Somebody who I have grown up listening to, hearing, reading about, and following very closely when I was growing up as a young HR professional. By the way, I'm still young. Huh? So please welcome our very respected Mr. P. Dwarkanath, who is former chairman of GSK, somebody somebody who has risen to that level from HR leadership role. Number two, we had a senior director from NASSCOM, a expert of technology, digital, AI, ML, and he was with us yesterday, Mr. Saluja. He was second member of jury. Third member of jury was somebody who has spent almost 3.5 decades in the HR leadership role, and he is former head of Learning and Development and Training Academy at Maruti Suzuki Limited. Very respected name in HR field himself. Therefore, we made sure that the jury is comprised of the people from business, from technology, and also from HR. Obviously, now the curiosity levels must be very high as to who are the three Sikandars. Before we really announce the three Sikandars, may I request you to hold on your breath for a couple of minutes and invite my colleague, Mr. Arun Shukla, to talk about his perspectives as a business leader, as one of the users of this concept of UDAAN, as to what his take is, what he thinks about UDAAN as a concept, and as a stakeholder, what is the message that he would like to give out to the participating teams. Mr. Shukla, over to you, please.
Respected Chairman, sir, respected directors, jury members, participants, and my dear colleagues. Mr. Prem Singh, I am really quite anxious and, let me tell you, excited to hear the news, what is going to come out of it. But you mentioned about, concept of UDAAN. For me, I think this was the first year where I was involved fully into this entire structure of this program. And let me tell you, when I was reflecting what this UDAAN is, I was just trying to kind of, compare this with, the tagline of Olympic: faster, higher, and stronger. So to me, Prem Singh ji, this is what this UDAAN is. And this is what we want as an organization as of now. Things are changing pretty fast. Only thing which is constant is change. And what you do today may not be relevant tomorrow, or I would say is going to be obsolete tomorrow, as fast as like this. This, era is not about best practices. This is about next practices. And the second, reflection for me is UDAAN is about next practices, not best practices. Third, I think we are through a very interesting time, let me tell you. People, call it, pandemic. Yes, it is. In our, textbook, we learned about, what is this VUCA. Now we have experienced ourselves. And in VUCA, I think there is another A is also getting added, right? And I think this entire last 2 years has provided us an opportunity to explore ourselves, look internally, and this is what we call, dynamic, organizations. Rather than looking outward, looking at things which we cannot control, I think UDAAN also is an element in our organization which provides an opportunity to look inward, what we can do next. And this is what the concept of UDAAN for me. While I was through this process, I think I was also, I would not say fully involved, but I was reasonably involved into this process. And what I saw in this entire surgeon of UDAAN competition, because, one of my, I would say direct reportees are involved into this, competition. So in a way, I was getting that, feedback from them, what is happening. No, not, in the sense that what they are going to get out of this competition, whether they are going to win or, lose. but the important for them, which I felt, was the participation. What I also felt, how this is impacting them as an employee. I spoke to them and I was really surprised. I see a huge energy level. Typically, people who are sitting in the head offices, because I sit in the head offices, so my interaction is with them is much more than people who are there in other locations. Those who are really kind of shoulder down, less of energy, all of a sudden the energy level was very high, and that energy was not limited to them only. That was contagious. That was getting percolated to all other teammates, and that is what this UDAAN entire process has an impact as an employee, right? I also looked at how this is impacting our organization, because we had about from Lakshmi team about 52 teams which participated in this entire competition, right? The impact of the organization is this also gives a culture of innovation, coming out with new ideas. And good thing about UDAAN is this provides an opportunity for all of them to come and present themselves, express themselves. And this is what I would say, all those millennials, this is what they want. They want to express themselves. They want an opportunity to express themselves. And that is what UDAAN is doing to our organization. It's contagious. This is providing them an opportunity to express themselves. And more importantly, I think they are really kind of, exploring within, which I told, at the beginning. Dynamic organizations nowadays, they are looking inward, not outward. Because if you look outward, then you are going to get lost. Right? We need to have strategies to counter all those, outside threat. But one of the strategies is to really inward and be ready for that. I think this is what, these teams are doing. They are getting themselves ready to face the future. They are ready getting themselves ready to face the uncertainties. And this is what is going to take our organization to next level. I'm coming from a different, background. For the last so many years, I have been with, some of the multinationals. But the best thing which I found in this organization right at the beginning was this, process, which I didn't really find in those big, so-called big companies. Very good platform to express, allow our employees to express themselves with ideas, with innovations. And also I think we need to, add an element of risk also. Even if something is looking kind of, very vague and maybe opaque, that is also good for the organization. I think I attended, some program, and RPS sir was there yesterday, and this is what we were discussing. How we are going to really kind of, create a culture of, innovations, a culture of, generating ideas, and how we are going to create a critical mass which is going to take this organization going forward. So thank you so much, Prem Singh ji, for providing me an opportunity. I am looking forward to be part of this, going forward. Maybe I am going to be one of the participants next year. And this is what I believe in. So thank you so much. Thanks everybody, and wish all the best to all participants. Thank you.
So Shukla ji, thank you very much for being so nice and so generous in your appreciation of UDAAN competition. By the way, that means quite a lot to us, because appraisal time abhi nazdeek hai and all my bosses are sitting here. So listening all positive things about it means quite a lot to us. But in the spirit of transparency, I also want to say one thing. Yesterday, in the process of evaluation, we specifically requested the jury members to specifically identify those areas which are the opportunities for improvement for all of us. They have listed lot of areas, and we would like to share all of those with all the participants and also with the business leadership teams, because those are the opportunities which we can utilize to up the game for next year. So with this, I think now is the time when we have to really open the cards We can't hold it anymore. And I would request Shri Bharat Hariji to do the honors and declare the 3 winners in the order of second runner-up, first runner-up, and the real Sikandar. So the second runner-up award goes to
the theme, as you are aware, is driving customer value through digital. The second runners-up best paper presentation award is Team N, JKPM, JK paper.
How come the Josh is not very high enough? Give them a bigger round of applause. And the first runner-up award goes to
The first runner award goes to Team L. Is it I? Team L. Team L, Chennai 2, JK Soma.
and the winner, the real Sikandar award goes to
A pleasure in announcing the name of the winner. The award goes to Team D, HO and MS.
So, congratulations to all the winners. For us, all the 15 teams who took part yesterday are winners. We celebrate their spirit of participation. We also celebrate the spirit of participation of all the 645 participants who took part in the process. That is 162 teams. All of us have been in that process. All of us have seen your commitment. Compliments to all of you, and congratulations once again to the 3 winning teams. Indu, over to you, please.
The winning teams are requested to prepare for the presentations. The sequence of presentations would be second runner-up, first runner-up, and then winners. Each team will get 15 minutes to present, and all the teams are requested to adhere to the time limit. So I now request second runner-up team, JKPM Team N, to start their presentation. JKPM Team N, yeah.
Can I shift the slide?
Indu, somebody will shift the slides? Yes, sir. Okay. One of you can be there on the slides.
Here.
Slides will be shifted there, right? Okay. I think in last 2 years we have learned too much of Zoom and too much of virtual, with the result that the touch of the physical is gone.
It better not go. He takes
Yes, please go ahead. Good afternoon all. Welcome to UDAAN 21-22, and this year's theme is driving customer value through digital. First of all, I would like to introduce my team members. Myself, Vishwajit Pradhan from Instrumentation, Mr. Minu Singh from Electrical, Mr. Nitesh Singh from Electrical, and Mr. Tushar Pradhan from Instrumentation. So this is all about our JK organization. We are a 100-year-old company. Please, next. With 22 manufacturing units, over 40,000 employees, present across 6 continents. Next. And we are representing JK Paper Limited unit JKPM Raigada, which was established in 1962. And we have 2 sister concerns, one JK Paper CPM, and other one JK Paper SPM, which we have acquired in 2018. We are the market leaders of the copier segment of paper, and these are some of the products. Next. So in the year 2021, we have adapted to the various technologies of Industry 4.0. By adapting to these advanced technologies, the data-driven technologies, we have optimized the various processes of our plant. The different sections like the chemical sections, the pulping sections, the utility, the process has been optimized, and it has given us good productivity. But what we found out is there are still some sections in our plant that need to be digitized. And one such area what we identified is the plantation. And hence our concept for this year's UDAAN is IoT, that is Internet of Trees rather than Internet of Things. Before going deep into the topic, I would like to give you a brief about our plantation section. The plantation section has 10 steps, starting from the newly emerging microcutting shoots in the hedge garden to hardened plants ready for dispatch. In between, the other steps are collection of the juvenile microcuttings, the trimming of leaves, the planting of the process cuttings in the cocoa peat blocks, placing the cuttings inside the mist chamber in a control chamber. Once they are placed inside the mist chamber, we wait for the rooting. Once the rooting occurs, we stay there. We keep the plants inside the mist chamber for 20 days. Finally, these plants grow up, they get hardened, and finally these hardened plants are ready for dispatch. Dispatch to the customers, the farmers who are our major customers. As such, the plantation is a vital section of our plant because the basic of paper making is wood, which we get from the plantation. Next. The plantation team, we have a target. We have a target of 280 lakhs of cuttings. But what we are able to achieve is 258 lakhs of cuttings. We have collected data of last 5 years, and we found out that there are some losses. These 258 lakhs of cuttings then goes into the process. It goes inside the mist chamber, and outside the mist chamber we get 236 lakhs. So here we found out that in zone 1 we have an efficiency of 92%, and in zone 2 we have an efficiency of 91%. So our team made a target to increase the efficiency of the process. Next. So this is the area of concern. Out of 280 lakhs of cuttings, we are getting 258 lakhs of cuttings. We collected data from the plantation team, and we found out that the major contributors for these losses were nutrition unbalancing in the mother plant. As you can see in the picture, because these plants are the nutrition deficient cuttings which won't survive inside the mist chamber. So the other causes includes unbalancing of pH and electrical conductivity of the solutions, and other than this, the environmental factors. Similarly, in the zone 2, we found out that out of 258 lakhs of cuttings, only 236 comes out. And what we found out from the data we collected, that these losses inside are only inside the mist chamber. We visited the mist chamber and found out that the losses in mist chamber are due to clogging of the nozzles, which cannot be identified in naked eye. Besides that, the quality of cuttings,
absence of any automatic system inside the mist chamber are also responsible. Besides this, biological factors are also responsible. So, how to overcome this? I would like to invite Nitesh to continue.
Good evening to all of you. Previously, we have distinguished the problem in two zones. In zone 1, we are practicing various activities like fertilizer mixing, dosing and testing of nutrition. While analyzing all these activities, we have found unbalanced nutrition in mother plant. Why? This is due to manual dosing system where we cannot maintain the defined ratio of nutrition. So here we have a scope of digitalization. So we are proposing auto dosing system of fertilizer to mother plant at proportionate ratio of nutrition. This system is capable to maintain the deviation of nutrition ratio and also integrated with the measuring instrument from which we are getting the real-time data of fertilizers like nitrogen, potassium, calcium and soil, pH and electrical conductivity. In zone 2, mist chamber losses depend upon many factors like temperature, moisture, humidity, light. Our mist chambers is presently physically inspected and after that inspection some parameters are controlled. Still clogging of nozzles is identified after plant get dead. So here scope of digitalization, we are proposing automated mist chambers where we are using high resolution camera, temperature sensor, moisture sensor, humidity sensor. From high resolution camera can detect the condition of clones and water shower in fog condition, and temperature sensor can detect the temperature rise or fall as per climate condition to control the forced air ventilation and heating system. Moisture controller can control the water shower for misting. Humidity controller can detect the water content on cocoa pit block. All these monitoring and controlling activity can be controlled remotely by the plant network. By all these network devices which are proposed to use in automated mist chambers and auto dosing systems are integrated with the LoRaWAN technique to IoT box where we are collecting the real-time data and videos to our local database by successful communication to assess the mist chamber from remote and upload the data for future reference. Cost factor will described by Mr. Minusi.
Thank you. This is our pilot project which can be implemented on small scale basis, whose tentative cost benefit analysis is given in the slide. The total cuttings coming from the mother plant is 280 lakhs per annum, and in zone 1 and zone 2 as explained there are losses due to several factors, and saving due to, from our proposed project in zone 1 is 3%, which is around 8.4 lakhs, and in zone 2 that is around 7.7 lakhs. The total the cost of one cutting is around 3.25 rupees, hence the total saving is equal to 16.1 lakh cuttings, that is equal to 52.32 lakhs amount. So after getting the clear picture from the cost benefit analysis, next, then what's next? Our way forward is an approach towards Forest 4.0. Now, what is Forest 4.0? Forest 4.0 is nothing but the digitalization of forest using Internet of Things. Here in Forest 4.0, there are 4 layers: device layer, network layer, data analytic layers, and application layer. We have covered up to 2 layers in mist chamber, from which we can get real-time data from the plant for monitoring purpose. Further explanation of Forest 4.0 will be carried out by Tushar.
Thank you, Minu sir. Now, this is our proposed approach towards Forest 4.0. Here we have to build a systematic literature review where we will collect all the necessary information and monitor all the necessary information regarding the best parameter those are required for the development of eucalyptus tree. For example, nutrient is a vital factor for the healthy cutting. Here we can collect all the nutrient data and put these nutrient data over various machine learning algorithms like support vector machine, random forest, ANN, etc. to get the specific nutrient like calcium, magnesium, potassium that is deficient and need to be provided for the proper growth of plant. Similarly, we can collect and monitor information regarding the soil information where we will collect all the data regarding the soil type, soil pH and electrical conductivity and put this data over these machine learning algorithm to get the right soil property that is required for the proper growth of eucalyptus. And in this way, by the application of machine learning over the systematic literature review, we could be able to develop golden clone at our clonal plantation. Next. So once we develop the golden clone at our clonal plantation, we could be able to multiply our golden clone batch, and these golden clone batch will be further supplied to our farmer who are our customer to make them golden tree and high yield. A similar approach in the SLR will be guide us about the various factors those are required for the development of eucalyptus. And in case we do not get golden tree or any deficiencies there, then we can make further analysis in our SLR and guide our farmer with a suitable solution. Next. Now, this is a case study which was carried out over a site of Brazil where they have successfully implemented Forest 4.0 to predict their inventory volume. They are predicting the eucalyptus diameter and height with the help of a UAV based spectral indices and machine learning algorithm. They are using a high resolution sensor line to get the multispectral vegetation indices of the eucalyptus tree, and these multispectral indices were then applied over various supported machine learning algorithms like RBF, SBM to get the accurate diameter and height of eucalyptus. And in this way, by the application of machine learning and IoT devices, they are successfully forecasting their inventory volume.
The main objective of our project is to elevate the socio-economic condition of the farmers who are our customers. Along with this, we are also achieving the sustainable development of our basic raw material, that is food. Finally, we conclude with a saying, he who plants a tree plants a hope. Thank you.
First runner-up team, JK Fenner, Chennai 2, Team L.
Good evening to all and greetings from JK Fenner. Good evening to all and greetings from JK Fenner. We, the team from JK Fenner Chennai, would be presenting our topic on digital scrutiny of parts quality as a part of digital scrutiny of parts quality as a part of UDAAN competition under the theme driving customer value through digital. The team, myself, Govindrajan from New Product Development.
I'm Yogesh from Quality Assurance Department.
I'm Shivakumar from New Product Development.
I'm Kumaran from Sales and Marketing.
So, having the theme of the presentation or the objective under customer value, we would like to brief upon customer value in a short form. So what is customer value? A customer value can be simply put as the benefit or the sum of benefit which a customer, either you or me, which we get or which we experience during a purchase of a product or a service. And this customer value is often this customer value can be categorized in three ways in terms of experience, in terms of expectation what he gets, or a value of resource spent against the available alternatives. Onto this, when we say about the customer perceived value, the customer perceives his value in terms of his cost, what he has spent against the value of the product which he has bought. And this particular customer cost comes in terms of monetary, psychic, or energy cost or time cost. And the customer benefit perceived is in terms of his personal benefit, product benefit, or service benefit, or the image benefit. Having briefed upon the customer value, well, we come to our customers' expectation, we who are suppliers for predominant automotive makers. Now, automotive makers' expectation in terms of a supplier has been predominantly in terms of quality, cost, and delivery. Now, due to the post-COVID situation, wherein there are certain challenges in terms of cost, mainly due to the raw material availability and the raw material cost up, including the availability of skilled manning, and also the supply chain shift from China to India, there is a very strict cost competitive expectations from the customer. And to address these, there are various expectations the customer is expecting in terms of de-skilling, automation, and digitalization. Well, we go for the aspect of digitalization. The digital inspection in terms of visual aspects of our parts has been a strict requirement from most of the customers, namely Maruti, Mando, NTN, and others. An extract from the customer's requirement has been shown here. This is from Maruti and this is from Mando. Next. So having defined the customer values and expectation, we go on to our objective. So the objective is a simple thing where the customer's expectation is the first and foremost, wherein a smart system to digitally validate the product's quality without manual intervention becomes the prime objective. And on a nutshell, to describe our specific objective, it is to conceptualize a smart system which is capable of validating the parts without manual intervention in terms of optimal cost and also digitally capturing the and analyzing the results. That becomes our objective. So here on to oil seals, when we say the oil seals are parts which are inspected in terms of its dimension and visual, and it is done by relevant aids and machines. And these aids or machines are normally standalone in nature and they are always not error proof. Thus, a system which has which is capable of scrutinizing or critically examining the part in terms of without manual intervention becomes the need of our project. So on to the ideation phase. As I explained earlier, the seals are validated for its quality in terms of dimension and visual aspects. Onto the visual aspects, there are at least 10 to 15 different types of visual issues which needs to be identified to qualify a parts, and also aspects related to grease and spring. So these inspection activity has some challenges in terms of the separate machine or the manning requirement, and also the subjectivity and fatigue wherein the man is employed, and also towards the error proofing which is not available in all the methods, and it is always has a longer process lead time in terms of re-inspection, and it also requires additional resource and costs. Thus, based upon these challenges, our ideation becomes to conceptualize a smart system wherein all these challenges are addressed and the impartial inspection method is established. With this, I request Kumaran to take over further.
Thank you, Govan. After completing our ideation process, we did a benchmark study on the available inspection methods across the industry. So broadly, oil seals are classified into two categories. One with seals with less than 10 rupees and seals higher than 10 rupees. In the first category, the inspection method employed are a manual low-cost inspection and a regular machine inspection. Here, the effectiveness range will be in the range of 50 to 90%, but there is a cost of or a risk of non-conformance outflow from our plant and an increase in cost due to repeated rechecks which is being done to cover the low effectiveness. If we move up to the second category, so for seals with more than 10 rupees, the inspection methods which is employed are a magnified inspection and a microscopic inspection with a defined manning, and a high-cost inspection method which is customized as per maker's know-how. Here, the effectiveness range will be in the range of, will be close to 100%, but there is a risk of cost competitiveness associated with it. Predominantly, JK Finna's automotive business is more towards two-wheeler segment. However, our product strategy here is to move towards the top half, high-price critical application seals. But we cannot risk employing a method which will make us more non-competitive in terms of cost. So we arrived at a solution which is a cost-effective method with an effectiveness range of more than 90%. I request Yogesh to take it forward from you.
Thank you, Kumaran. Now moving on to the input and concept phase. We have taken input from our voice of customer, then internal CFD input, then visual inspection method from supplier end. Then we have taken additional method from our own visual inspection method, then manual inspection method, then our dimension method. With this input, we have developed the concept. This is a concept shown here. First part is sensing. The part moved to the camera 1. Camera 1 will senses the top side of the visual and dimension. Camera 2 will check the bottom side of the visual and dimension. Camera 3 will check the surface of the product. Then this digital data sent to the processor. Processor will evaluate the product and judge the product as okay, not okay, then rework. This is a concept we have made. Then next one, we have following challenges we have faced in this project. First one is customization of system, integration of programming, then optimizing the process time and speed, then repeatability. Then after that we have taken trial at our automation supply end using the standalone camera, modifying programming, then other accessories. Then same trials has been done at our JK Fenner and found okay, result are workable. Now moving on to the method. This is our current process flow. We have 8 steps of process, then 4 non-valid activity of additional recheck process. We have to eliminate this recheck process by implementing our smart system. This is our current proposed process flow. Here we have reduced the process from 8 steps to 6 steps by implementing our smart system. We have eliminated that non-value activity. Then moving on to the working method. These are all the working method we have integrated into our smart system. First one is vision inspection system, which have used at our end. Then dimension system, VMS, video measurement system, then CMM, then manual inspection to check the spring and grease presence, then other visual aspects. It is integrated into our vision inspection system. In this project, we have got effectiveness about 90%. Further, I request Sivakumar will take over.
Thank you, Yogesh. So moving further to the execution and implementation phase. As phase 1, the vision system for dimension and visual check, the schematic as explained by my colleague is shown here. Here a small video about our concept which we have done during our earlier piloting trials. Can you click that camera icon? So, as you could see, the parts are moving through the system and validating digitally. Also data also capturing. So move on to the phase 2. The secondary vision system to check presence of spring and grease will be developed. The schematic for the same is showing here. The estimated project cost will be around 28 to 35 lakhs with an approximate payback period of 2 to 3 years. And the lead time will be around 10 to 12 weeks. So moving on to the implementation plan. So we have done our ideation and conceptualization in the month of February, including the piloting trials. So going further, the start of development will be planned in Q1 for this financial year. Subsequently, the trials and validation planned in Q2 and implementation will be planned in Q3. So after monitoring the effectiveness, we are planned for the parallel deployment for other parts also. So having defined our implementation plan, now we move to the plans and targets. So here we identified our part number 12018 oil seal. the reason why we selected this part number, the part design is most common for the parts which are running in our shop floor. Also, we have past issues with respect to all quality issues as listed here. The effect of these issues will be affecting our quality, cost, delivery performance adversely. So considering these factors, we derived our target as eliminating customer complaints and 100% delivery adherence, then process cost saving through inspection cost reduction, then productivity improvement through the inspection lead time reduction and manning reduction. So now I request Kumaran to take over further.
Thank you, Sivakumar. Any project being done will be evaluated on how beneficial it is for our customers. Here we have listed the benefits, both direct and indirect, what a customer receives by implementing our vision inspection system. Though we have not stated it explicitly here, the most important benefit of all is meeting customers' expectations, which is a smart vision system without any manual intervention. A customer will have a supplier with zero quality issues and 100% on-time delivery. Consistent delivery and good quality product will help the customer eliminate market issues, and their brand value in terms of an end user will get increased. The process cost savings can be offered to the customers as part of a VAVE activity. Consistency is the key, and achieving these QCD targets consistently will help us with opportunities of localization and export. In a nutshell, a customer will have a supplier with good customer will have a confidence on a supplier's capability and will receive a complete customer experience. The benefits to JK Fenner in terms of implementing the system is a COPQ reduction by 3%, which is a cost of poor quality. Our OTIF, which is currently at 85%, will be 100%, potentially increasing our share of business. The process cost will reduce by 30% due to reduction in lead time and manpower. Since we are automating the inspection process, our productivity will increase by 50%. As we have shown earlier, we had done a piloting exercise of one part. So the process cost savings achieved for this one part will be around 1.2 lakhs per year. If we deploy this system to 40% of the identified parts, the process cost savings estimated will be around 92 lakhs per year, which is a direct impact on the profitability of the business. To summarize, our process will become more robust and more digitalized. We will have a global business opportunity, and we will be achieving customer delight. With this, we conclude our presentation. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Next presentation by winners, Team D, JKLC, HO and MS.
Respected Chairman, sir, all dignitaries of JK organization, and my dear colleagues, very good evening to you all. Just over 2 years ago, World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic, and this pandemic has paused everything, bringing life to a halt. It has had a tremendous impact on our world we live in, and forced a dramatic change in how we live, how we interact, how we work, and where we work. Not only has it had an effect on us as an individuals, but businesses likewise have had to reinvent themselves and to find alternative ways so to stay competitive and survive. And time has once again reminded us precious words of Charles Darwin, which says, "It is not one of the strongest that survives, not the most intelligent ones, but who is most adaptable to change." We all have adopted digital ways of living, and so has our businesses. They all have begun realizing the true power and potential of going digital while being customer-centric. And this is his complete resonance and in line with this year's UDAAN competition theme, which is driving customer value through digital. So before we proceed with our presentation, I would like to introduce myself. I am Abhinav Bucha.
I am Paminder Kaloti.
I am Kanish Singh.
So as we are progressing towards endemic and things seems getting normal out in our world, so there are a lot of challenges ahead of us. The aftershocks of COVID-19 continues to rock the economy. So what we are going to do? So solution is to keep on adding value to all those digital initiatives which have already been started by us, and while being customer centric, making them successful and relevant for our customers, unlocking value for them. So in our presentation, we are going to take you to the digital journey of JK Lakshmi Cement Limited and the challenges our customers are currently facing, how we are going to overcome them, considering them as an opportunity through a concept of gamification of our digital platforms, giving users the best experience.
Now I would like to take you through the digital journey of JK Lakshmi Cement. We at JK Lakshmi Cement has a unified IT infrastructure both for our internal customers as well as our external customers. We have strengthened digitally our supply chain management, where we have provided a mobile app to our dealers to place their orders. They are having the facility of online tracking of their consignment. Also, with the help of GPS system, we can have the facility of online visibility of all the vehicles associated with the logistic department. We have various mobile apps for our employees for facilitating them related to the issue of leave applications, purchase requisitions like that. And we are having various IT platforms for the digital management and other data gathering and analysis. So we can say that at JK Lakshmi Cement, we are at a mature level of digitalization. The only thing which we have to do to leverage it further to come to our next destination. And for that, our team has come up with a solution. So before going to that solution, let's understand some data. Here you can see that in the graph, our adoption rate of mobile app for the dealers, that is only 20%. And that is the biggest challenge for the customer as well as for our organization. And we very well know that every challenge brings an opportunity along with it. So to understand how to convert the challenge into opportunity, our team worked very hard as a team, and then we deep down to understand what are the basic challenges behind all these problems. So we found that there are basically 4 problems. The first thing is the basic human-related issue, that is the resistance to change. We very well know that whenever there is a change, the first thing which we do is we start resisting it. This is the same case with our dealers also. The second thing is that they feel that they are having a fear of loss of control of their processes. They also feel that there is a less engaging element available with our mobile app. And last, they feel that there is a skill requirement for the operation of our mobile app. So for this, to convert this challenge into opportunity, we have come up with the solution of gamification.
Before we understand what gamification is, so before we deep dive, generally gamification is seen as game playing activity or a pastime activity, right? But in general, gamification is one step forward. It is the application of the non-game elements, application of the game design thinking in a non-game context to basically engage the user and motivate their thinking. As per Google Trends, gamification has gained or maintained its search popularity in almost past couple of years. Also, as per Gartner report, 40% of the 100 organizations will use gamification as their primary mechanism to transform their business operations. So gamification is basically the proper application of the game design thinking, its mechanics and dynamics, considering significant contribution to the user experiences and their behavior modifications. Leveraging this technique, many businesses and industries have leveraged and experimented gamification and was able to succeed and deliver best user experiences. Here are some of the examples. The Starbucks, the Nike Run Club, and the McDonald's have all mastered the app engagement and have in the last 4 to 5, 6 years doubled, tripled their growth through gamification. And with this objective, and to be the first primer mover advantage in the cement industry, we did an internal survey with our dealers to understand their motivation level. We utilized our customer care cell and blasted SMSs to a group of people, to a group of dealers. And through telephonic survey, we asked them simple questions. Would you like to participate? And 100% said that they would like to participate in competitions and also win them. 85% dealers agreed that they want more engaging element in our dealer app. And 45% said they just use our dealer app once a day for their business transactions or the business use. Also, when asked, would you like to be rewarded? And 95% said yes, definitely they would be recognized and rewarded. So far in our JK Lakshmi digital journey, we have been delivering customer experience in a very useful and easy manner to our customer. And now with this objective to make it more enjoyable and delightful, we are giving them this customer experience. Now we're going to see how we're going to do it.
So let me take you through the methodology we want to adopt to achieve this objective. We will trigger daily unique time-based activities, tasks, learning and fun elements for the target audience. Our target audience are our dealers and the sales promoters who form an essential link between the organization and the customers. These activities will be with multiple levels of progress and also for different categories of dealers. The idea is to motivate them, rank them, declare winners, give them rewards, both monetary and non-monetary. And the existing platform, the existing application will be used for this purpose. The tasks and activities, let me elaborate on that. So it will be in the form of quizzes, puzzles, challenges, tasks, revolving around cement selling skills, making the sales pitch, construction basics, home building, and other fun elements. On the right side is an illustrative example of the rewards and incentives which we have thought about, which will be in the form of badges, trophies, non-monetary incentives, and along with it monetary incentives in the form of points which can be later redeemed as gifts. This is the present dealer application which it looks like, and with the respective features of transactions, order placement, reports and dashboards, and help desk. So this is not very attractive, it is very business oriented. What we want it to look like is something like this, which will have winners, which will show the scores, which will give them a sense of achievement and a competition among themselves. So that will bring them to this platform again and again. Thank you.
Any idea remains a talk only until it gets executed within the pre-decided time frame. And considering this only, we have made a roadmap of 3 months to execute our idea. In the first week of June, the kickoff meeting of the idea will be done. By the June end, the vendor finalization will be done. And by the end of August, the integration of the idea will be done on the dealer mobile app. And by the first week of September, we will be rolling out our project. Now coming to the cost benefit analysis of our project, considering the 12 million ton sales target as a basis of calculation, and by going through the conventional method of incentivizing our dealers, the total expenditure that will incur, that will be around 1.2 crores. And by our idea of gamification and motivating and engaging our dealers, through our gamification idea, if our dealer goes to meet that target of 12 million tons, the total expenditure will be 40 lakhs only. So the differential saving of 80 lakhs per annum will be the cost benefit of our project. But let me tell you that this saving of 80 lakhs is the first part of the story. The second part of the story is that this project will be working as the prerequisite for our upcoming projects, and the more favorable benefits or outcomes will be there with our project.
Yes, it does have numerous favorable outcomes. Gamification practices healthy competition. Our customers will remain excited and curious for the various activities and tasks. And not only that, it will give them a sense of satisfaction, achievement, and pride among its community when they will be ranked for their scores. Also, it upskills the knowledge when we are imparting knowledge to them through contests and quizzes. And that connect with our customers at that level, personally with the brand, will not only encourage us, our brand value, and also with the brand, they will act as a brand ambassadors, promoting our brand image at the market. Through this gamification, not only we are going to achieve the objective of increasing the adoption rate from our average app, that is 20 to 100%. With that, we are going to be ready for our future projects, and that will unlock the value, ultimate value for our projects for us. And in the end, I would like to conclude that leveraging the benefits and techniques of gamification, we can achieve the benefits of increasing our profitability, engaging our customers, and expecting outcomes which has never been expected. Thank you.
So, I request Shri Bharat Hari Singhania ji to kindly felicitate our winners. I invite second runner-up team JKPM Team N to come to the stage to collect their trophies. They can come one by one in the same order I announce their names. Mr. Vishwajit Pradhan.
Hindu, please build some celebration in your calling the people.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Vishwajit Pradhan, please come to the stage and collect your trophy. And please keep applauding for them. Mr. Tushar Pradhan. Mr. Tushar Pradhan. Mr. Meenu Singh. Please stay back. Those who have collected trophy, please stay back for the team trophy. Mr. Nitesh Singh. And the team trophy. Senior executives who have joined here from JK Paper can join the team to collect team trophy. Yes. Please, all the team members, please join for team trophy. A big applause, please. Thank you, JKPM team. Next is first runner-up team, JK Fanner, Chennai 2 Team L. Mr. Yogesh C. Senior executives from JK Fanner can join.
Yes, JK Fanner, senior people, please come.
Mr. Govind Rajan S. Mr. Shiva Kumar. Mr. Kumaran S. And the team trophy.
Yes, entire team can come, please come.
Team trophy. Mehul can join. No, Mehul is not there. Mehul, you can join for team trophy. Asha is there. Thank you, JK Fanner team. And the winners, Team D, JKLC, HOMS, Mr. Paminder Singh Kaloti, Mr. Abhinav Prakash Bucha, Mr. Kanish Kumar Singh, Miss Mahima Bhatnagar Tyagi, and to collect the team trophy, I request Shri Arun Shukla ji and the senior executives of JK Lakshmi Cement to join for team trophy.
Make some noise.
I now request Shri Prem Singh ji to launch Customer Champion Award in HR program.
So congratulations, winners again. By the way, how many people noticed one change this time in the winning team? And I will allow 3 guesses. Yes, please. Any other? HR people not allowed. Any other? Paper was already leaked, so I think you got that benefit. I think that's a significant message for all of us. And as a leadership team, although I said it in a very humorous manner, but it's a very genuine and very humble request. Come very strong recommendations to HR professionals and also to all the business leaders. Let us continue to encourage the induction of more diversity, more women in our teams. I'm not suggesting at all for a moment that the team got a benefit because of a woman being a part of the team, but I think the diversity makes a lot of difference, and I think we should be conscious of that. So thank you for your consideration. Now, customer centricity to a large extent is a mindset. It shows an approach towards serving people who matter, whose existence is a precondition of our existence. And I think, as they say, that the charity starts at home. As a HR function, and I would like to thank all my business HR heads and my group HR team members who have worked on this idea that as a HR function, can we initiate this concept of customer centricity, and we recognize and celebrate those moments and those individuals within HR function who have gone out of the way in trying and fulfilling the requirements of their internal customers, meaning working very closely with the business leaders, unit heads, functional heads in trying to understand, anticipate, and more importantly, fulfill their requirements in a very proactive manner. There would be some shining examples. I think those shining examples should not go unnoticed. With that thought, we have taken this initiative, very humble initiative, to identify and recognize those individuals within HR function who promote this concept of proactivity, fulfilling the customer requirements internally. And we believe that once we are able to work on this philosophy consistently over a period of time, we hope that some more functions would like to work on this concept, and slowly the external customer, who is the real purpose of our existence, would start experiencing, because slowly you will see our own employees would have become stronger, like you have a strong army, but a strong army is always backed up by a very strong backup system, which is the bedrock of this strength. So with this very humble thought, we are taking this very humble initiative, and I would like to, on behalf of all the HR professionals, hugely thank Dr. Raghupati ji Singhania for his encouragement, for his message for this initiative, and all my HR colleagues who have worked on this concept. Also, my thanks are due to Mr. Partha Bishwas, Sales and Marketing Head of JK Paper, Mr. Srinivasu Alappan, Sales and Marketing Head of JK Tire, and Shri S.K. Wali, who has also provided his inputs, in addition to the inputs from these two sales and marketing professionals. We have also done a lot of research in terms of what are the best practices available. By the way, in this particular space, probably we may be the first one, and but this is a very humble attempt to take this concept of customer centricity internally forward. With this, may I now request my colleagues Indu and Pramod to come and help and bring the copies of the recognition program that we have, and we would request all the DICs and the business heads to come and reveal this program or this scheme. Let us unveil this. And the first such recognition will happen in the HRM conference that would happen this year. Business heads, आइए sir, बजोरिया साहब आइए, Dr. Shukla, Vijay please come, Malhotra ji आइए please, हाँ आइए sir आइए, कुछ कॉपीज हैं, हाँ ले आओ, द्वारका सर, मिस्टर सलूजा आइए, आइए सर, हाँ So I would request you all to kindly open. Yes. Can we help collect all these? So, thank you very much for the release of this program, Customer Centricity in HR. Essentially, it is HR excellence program, but sharply focused on customer centricity internally. At this moment, let me also take half a minute to recognize the presence of Mr. Saluja. Mr. Saluja, thank you very much, who is the Senior Director at NASCOM. He has been one of the jury members yesterday, and thank you so much for your time. So, as I mentioned, we had 3 jury members, 1 business leader, 1 technology expert, and 1 HR professional. I also take this moment to recognize the presence of Mrs. Pragati Gandhi, who has been our facilitator in the leadership coaching program for the last 2 days. She expressed her desire to witness this. Hope you like the experience, and we would love to hear your thoughts. So with this, I would now request the judges to kindly come up on the dais and share your experiences. Dwarka sir, you like to come first? Thank you.
Prem, I will not take much time, but I'll just go beyond jury.
Sure.
I think I'll leave it to Mr. Saluja,
Sure,
but
sir.
I just want to express few things.
Sure.
So, but I will not take much time.
Sure, sir. Please take your time.
So, yeah. Good afternoon to everyone. Respected Bharat Singhania ji, Dr. Raghupat Singhania ji, Mr. Haripat Singhania ji, he is my mentor and leader in All India Management Association. He is guiding us. And Mr. Vikram Singhania ji, Anshuman Singhania ji, and Srivastav Singhania ji, and dear friend Prem, and my fellow jurist, Mr. Amit Saluja, and distinguished others and participants. Firstly, I would like to congratulate all of you who have participated. It's indeed a great honor for me personally to be part of the jury. This is the second year successively I am jurying it. Earlier, many years ago, I had done it. But what I have seen this year, there's a great advantage of physically watching it. It's a great experience to me. And sir, I have to say, especially to you, I think this address is more to you because I've already said it to others yesterday. The quality of participation is very high class. I mean, you see, even compared to last year was good, but it was online, so we couldn't appreciate much. But this year, the quality of participation is very good. And secondly, I think Prem, we just had a very casual conversation. When you are a factory versus corporates, you know, what is it? Don't go by semantics. I think this is a guiding principles, which I agree. But I started my career with in factory. And when I see it, we couldn't distinguish. No, recognition was given because of the factory, nor any discredit was given somebody from corporate. But I have to say, consistently, the quality is good. To get 15 teams with 4 members of each team, about 60 people, and to get that sort of a quality. We were there from 9:30 till 6 o'clock in the evening, and we didn't feel. I mean, I was wondering whether I would be able to withstand this, but it didn't feel a single moment. And secondly, I was much learned from my fellow juries also, who have created a lot of value in asking grilling questions and giving the feedback. So I would not like to touch upon much on the feedback, except to say all of you have done well. Congratulations to winners. But when you have such a big teams, there can be only few winners. IPL, you have now 18 teams of 16 teams, but only two will ultimately, finally will win. So I think try for next time. But those who have become winners this year, please don't think that you achieved something and leave it. I think one of the things I would like to submit, Prem, here, I think this is all work in progress or just a project stage. That's where we are giving the awards. Right. It's important to see after they committed the time, 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, the gestation period, whether really achieved what has been done. I think it is not doing an audit, but to ensure next time when you're doing it, there could be changes in that measurement. I learned it from my GSK of long experience. If you don't keep scoring, you are just practicing. I think it's important. You can score any shots in the nets, but when you go, ultimately it matters. So execution skills, apart from many things which have been talked, there's a great cross-functional synergy. It's heartening to note people from HR, IT, quality, training, everyone is involved. It's not just the business. That is something amazing to me. It is not just confined everything to business, but I think I must compliment Shuklaji and all others who are the senior leaders here to encourage this to happen. And one thing I just want to emphasize here, instead of dwelling too much on it, because you guys have done, there is always scope for improvement. Whatever feedback has been given, take it constructively. Feedback can be positive, feedback can be negative. But what is important is feedback should be constructive, which can help you to enhance your skills. What you achieve today may not be a world record tomorrow, so you need to keep raising the bar. So I think these measurements, what you are committed today, this year, you have to ensure that after 6 months or 1 year, is said, execution skills are very important. Deliver what you promise. If you can't, don't over-promise and under-deliver. But what you promise, you should be able to deliver. If somebody look at, I think it will be interesting in our internal team, Prem, after 1 year, see how much you have done. What are the steps? It is not that you are finding fault with them, how you can improve it, so that you can come back on the UDAAN. This is the 3rd year, 2nd year, 2 years consecutively. It's a great honor and privilege. I must thank Prem, HR team, Induji and others, and all of you for having given this opportunity. It's a great learning for me. It makes me relevant, and I think, I'm sure that it will add value to me. Learning is a continuous process, especially youngsters. There is nothing like that you reach particular age or reach a particular position, you can stop it. You can learn from it. Why I want to say it, I specifically address them is, it is very rare in any organization. Shuklaji touched upon multinational. I worked in Indian organizations. I started my career with DCM as senior management trainee in 1971. Dr. Charatramji was my mentor for many years. I worked with him very closely as his executive assistant, being a management trainee. So I learned the tricks of the trade. I've decided to move on to the later. But I worked with GlaxoSmithKline for 35 years. I've reached a stage of chairman, but I tell you, first 7 years, what I learned from Dr. Charatramji, I can never forget. I owe that to that organization. GSK helped me to become a chairman of a company. But what I learned so it's important whether you are in a plant or in sales office or in strategy, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, for an organization of this size and scale, which I could realize only when I sat there yesterday, the number of businesses you have, and it's more than 100 years old. And what is important is pride to be associated with a company. I think, it's very important. This I learned in GSK being an FMCG company, brand image, Horlicks, Boost. Similarly, you are part of JK. You may be IIT, IIMN, you are Regional Engineering College, you may be Harvard. But ultimately, when you talk in GSK, my team, which batch? When you said which batch, not from IIM or XLRI, but which batch of management trainee or employee you have. I think that identification, self-pride to be associated with a company and with your job. Enjoy what you are doing. I think, these are very important. Life, you will have some challenges, some headwinds, some tailwinds, but I think the whole idea is a leader is one who can cope up with change. I think, so coming back on the UDAAN, I don't consider this as a competition. I consider this as a transformational cultural change and ongoing process. If 7 of them sitting here and other seniors are sitting here, it means they are paying attention, they want to bring the changes. Change is constant. There is no one day you can finish off, this is over. It's a journey. It's never a destination. But I think, it's very important. I have never seen, very rarely I have seen, I have to say, this sort of initiative. Last time it was done online, I was present when all of you have spoken. But I think it shows that tone at the top is important when you're bringing a transformation culture change. Unless it starts from here, Prem or others, all of you cannot facilitate this. But I think it's important when you have that sort of assurance, this sort of a cultural change should be ongoing, and you should be proud that you are associated with an organization which is encouraging to bring 60 people, some of them, most of them are coming from outside, and spend time and listen to them, and followed by an event like this is not something which is normally not done. I think, but especially when you just talk about the cost and optimization, cost doesn't mean, I think this organization feeling this is an investment, but not a cost. But cost optimization is important, productivity is important. If you can grow only in the organization, if the business grows. So it is, to sum it up from my perspective, UDAAN has brought something which is important. This digitalization, I started my career in 71. Digitalization for me, technology changes happened in 97. So how you are able to cope up? So this learning is continuous. So don't think that you reach particular age, a particular position, you don't have to learn it. So, but what UDAAN has taught me was that it is important, digitalization, as he said, true things which Prem said it, and it's a great theme, and I'm happy that you are continuing next year also. Focus on your customer and bring to digitalization. Digitalization is no longer in technology, is no longer an enabler. This is a part of your business strategy, which people, so 4 things Gardner and others have identified which can impact in future. Number 1, globalization, in some cases, deglobalization. I think what you have seen, chip, semiconductors and so on, how it's been impacted. Number 2, customization, consumerization. I think it's very important. What today they need, tomorrow they may not need, which is Steve Jobs said it very well. Number 3, I think people and talent. I think it's very important that you need to have the right kind of people and at the right places. The 4th thing is digitalization and technology. The other thing has been added, which Prem has alluded, is the diversity and inclusion. Diversity doesn't mean only gender diversity. I think, diversity in being, you have cement versus paper. I'm just saying factory versus sales or corporates, whatever it is. I think that cross-functional initiatives which will help. So I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you many more winners in future. Just to conclude, change is constant. There are 4 kinds of people. People who watch things happening, people who do not know what is happening, people to whom things happen, but distinguished minority are those who make things happen. I wish you are one of those distinguished minorities under the guidance of the top management and facilitation to Prem. I think, Prem, to conclude, this is one of the best practices. I think you need to scale it up, and people should be aware. It is not just to get laurels. You are in top 30 in the manufacturing side, great places to work. I think I want to see you in the top 10. I think aim for it and just spread this message. You have all the Dianes, FICCI, CII, IMA, all there. Wherever channels you there, I think you should spread this message. Not to just a personal satisfaction, but also to see that how, as a JK, as an organization, you are achieving it. Thank you for your patient hearing, sir. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dwarka sir, for those words of inspiration and tremendous ideation for us to work upon. Thank you. Mr. Saluja, we would love to hear your thoughts, please. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Chairman, and the presidents, the leadership team of the JK Group. I'll start with thanking you for giving me this opportunity to be part of this prestigious program. In fact, when I heard about that, I got so excited that I couldn't wait. I was waiting for these days to come. And then it was a true experience, great experience that I had over the yesterday and then what I am seeing it today. As Dwarka ji has said, I think this is definitely a industry best practice. I have not seen in my whole career the kind of the commitment from the leadership team to drive innovation in the organization in such a fashion. I would request if this can be shared with the other industries. I think it will be very helpful. From NASSCOM, that's what we are trying to do. Our role is basically to build an ecosystem for the companies to basically drive digitization in the different sectors, and these kind of practices will help a lot of other companies also. Basically, what I really liked is basically there's so much of a positivity in the in all the presentations that we saw yesterday. And first of all, to run a program at this scale where so many people are engaged, and then we could see only the final 15 presentation, but I could imagine how many people would have taken part in this. And everyone presented with so much passion that everyone wanted to win, and I think everyone is a winner. This is not about just getting into the top 3 slots. Everyone has tried their best to help the company, to help the organization, and the ideas what have came forward. These are the ideas which it is not that it is only for the business unit from where it was presented. I could see, these are the ideas can be taken to the other businesses also, and which is why I think it's kind of it was a great forum where everyone was presenting together. What I could see is also it's like an innovation funnel which is happening. At the start, definitely would have been few hundreds or even thousands of people thinking about making a positive change to the group or to the company, and then from there it started percolating down. And I assume there will be 100 projects out of this. So let's see if these are the best 15 projects. And I hope all of these projects will proceed further, because all of these projects I definitely see that these has a lot of potential to bring business benefits, and some of it could even become a transformational for the organizations also. In fact, the winning project, the HO team presented, when we rated, we never knew that it was the HO team, and we could see the kind of an impact which is there. It definitely will lead an impact to the group level. My suggestions to the team which I shared yesterday also, like while these are all best ideas, right ideas, the only thing which needs to be taken care is a strong execution plan on this. Let's not have any idea fail. These are all good ideas, and sometimes good idea can also fail if the execution plan is not as strong. So while these are in the execution phase, there will be a lot of challenges which will come, and if we can have a strong plan around that, I think all of these ideas will succeed, and I don't think there is any doubt that we have that these will not succeed. So congratulations to all the people who participated, and my best wishes to all of you for a great success, for a great success even to the group level. From our side, from NASSCOM side, any help we can provide to this group, even in future also, any help that I can extend to this group, I'll be more than happy to be kind of offer my help. So so it was a great learning for me also. I joined with all the judges, and everyone brought in a different perspective. So again, thank you for calling me here, and best wishes to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Saluja, and we truly appreciate your traveling all the way from Ahmedabad for being a part of our evaluation process. Thank you. So with this, now I would request our chairman, Shri Bharat Hari ji, to share his words of inspiration for all of us. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, learned jury members, senior executive, and UDAAN participants. I am delighted to welcome you all to JKO UDAAN Competition 21-22 Felicitation Ceremony. It is wonderful to see you here today in person after 2 years. I hope you all and your families are staying safe and healthy. I extend my heartfelt welcome to the jury members for having invested their valuable time and joining us today. JKO UDAAN Competition, which is now 12 years old, has been very encouraging. Every year, young and emerging leaders participate in this contest on the theme selected for the year and make their presentation. You have just seen the best 3 teams' presentations on the theme of the year, driving customer value through digital. It is very heartwarming to see that winners have been chosen from a base of 644 participants who have competed at several stages of this competition across JKO businesses. Involvement of such large number of participants helps the organization to identify areas of improvement and make a significant impact in the short period of time. At UDAAN, we interact with young and emerging leaders, listen to their ideas about transformation, and work on identified opportunities in various businesses. Let's ask ourselves why the chosen theme is important. Let's think about our customers. Today, consumers are constantly connected, app native, and aware of what they can do with technology. Because of the opportunities that arise from using modern technology, customers often rate the organization on their digital experience. Therefore, we are now truly living in the age of experience economy, where customers' experience derives every. I would like to quote Maya Angelou on customer experience. I quote, "I have learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Unquote. The customers today expect a far more personalized experience. They expect flawless customer service. They expect us to know what they want more than ever before. Therefore, it is very critical to embrace digital transformation, which allows us to stay connected with the ground realities of the market through data analytic, artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc., and continue to refine our offers on continuous basis to stay competitive. Research has shown that while many of the attempts at the transformation stumble, particularly the digital transformation, those that do succeed have few things in common. One of the most important drivers of success has been found to be having a leader who articulates a clear change story for their team and who uses a broad range of digital tools, including cloud-based, artificial intelligence, data architecture, IoT, and advanced machine learning. Therefore, it is very important that our leaders lead the digital transformation in their area or their front. According to research, companies that transform digital are creating highly encouraged customers. These customers are 6 times more likely to try a new product, 4 times more likely to refer to your brand to the friends and family, and 2 times more likely to make a purchase with a preferred brand even when a competitor has a better product to offer. In JKO, we have always had a very intense focus on customer services. Our customer services goals are important today as they were as they ever were, but with a sharper digital focus. As JKO members, we need to continue to recognize these areas of focus in day-to-day working life. I take this opportunity to compliment all the 645 team members who took part in this UDAAN contest this year and top 15 teams who present in front of the jury today. I wish to congratulate all the 3 teams who emerged as winners. I must emphasize it is very important to drive the implementation of all the projects and good ideas in respective businesses. I would urge all the business heads, unit heads and HR heads to ensure that all these are implemented and we realize full value out of these ideas generated by young talent. Today, I am also happy that HR function has taken lead to celebrate and promote the spirit of customer centricity by way of recognizing excellence in servicing the internal customer. I am happy that today we have inaugurated this scheme in HR function. I wish all the very best to all HR professionals to utilize this and make an impact on the organization. I thank all the judges who have given their valuable time to evaluate all the teams and chosen the winners. I also thank our HR team for the year-round effort for the successful organizing this event. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time to present vote of thanks. I now request Shri Ashok Verma ji, HR head for JK Paper, to please present vote of thanks.
Good evening, respected Chairman sir, respected directors sir. We really wish to thank you all for sharing your advices and giving us invaluable time. I think it's really motivating for all our employees to see you all present in flesh and blood and advising us on the right strategy towards digitalization. Thank you, jury members, for giving their valuable advice. Similarly, our business heads who have spent innumerable times in terms of evaluating the projects and shortlisting the projects. All my team members, all fellow employees, thank you all. A big congratulations to all the winners and all those who have participated. I think it's a journey well begun and we are on the right path of digitalization. Thank you very much. Thank you for the evening. Thank you, sir.
We have a unique way of concluding the concluding session of UDAAN competition. We felicitate the UDAAN teams with song and dance and music. So I request all the 3 teams, winning teams, to gather in front of the stage. Yes, please, all 3 winning teams.
Please come, all the 3 winning teams. All the 3 winning teams.
And the video and the song, please.
All the 3 teams here? Yes, please come. We all will help you, don't worry.
I request everybody present to stand and clap for the winning teams, please.
Nothing less, lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for close. Now it's just who wants it most.
All the UDAN teams, please join. All the UDAN teams, all 15 UDAN teams can join. All 15 UDAN teams, please come to the stage. All of you are champions. All 15 teams.
Champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down,
please keep clapping for the champions.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
So all the UDAN teams can gather in front of stage for the group photograph, please. All 15 UDAN teams